So, for those that don't know me, my name is Harvey Newman, and this is a 10-minute review based on my experience in animation, being a director and a lead, and all this stuff over the years, over many games. And in this case, I'm going to be reviewing the animation, giving my top tips on how I think the animation can be better, setting a timer for 10 minutes, and then fingers crossed it will help the animator to kind of improve their animations and see things with a fresh perspective, right? If you guys are interested in getting your animation reviewed just like I'm going to do now, then consider joining our Discord server, because this is where I'm taking these animations from. There's a feedback channel in our Discord server, so if you send your animations there and ask for feedback, not only our experienced mods will be able to actually give you feedback, including myself, but hopefully you'll get picked, and then we can actually do a 10-minute review here in YouTube as well. So let's get started here with McNoodles. Once again, I'm not sure if he's actually comfortable me sharing his real name, but we're gonna go with McNoodles because I really like his handle on Discord. But he's one of our mods, one of our beloved mods. I think everybody that actually is helping me managing the Discord server is absolutely amazing. Shout out to Adam, shout out to McNoodles, shout out to everybody else that helps in the Discord server, because it's a big community. It's about to hit about 1,000 people, and we are very vocal. We chat, we give feedback, we share work. So it's really cool to actually have people like him helping us out. So in this case, he kind of shared a shot in order for us to kind of like have a look at the animations and give feedback. So I'm going to press play and then share my thoughts with all of you. So it's a really cool piece, a nice acrobatic jump with a nice pirouette in middle, which is really cool. This rig looks super appealing to me as well. And as you can see here, like somebody actually has already given feedback, as you can see here, which is really, really nice. And somewhere here, there's a few more keys, but I guess that's not feedback. That's just like getting the, like maybe doing some annotations to the animations. So there's a few angles to this right now, and I guess this is the inspiration for the shot as well, which is really nice. So I think that, looking at the piece, I think that the going in looks really solid, and also like the little pirouette and fall is absolutely amazing. You already mentioned that you want to do some kind of like more overlapping action with the ropes here and stuff. That is absolutely on, but it's kind of candy on top as we go through. What I think you need to do more than anything, looking at the shot overall, is like this ending here when he falls and then falls back. I think there's an opportunity here for you to kind of like, when he falls and then rolls here, I think there's an opportunity for you to kind of like work with the timing, just like you did here. Like you go like slightly slow and then fast and then slow. I really dig that. But I think that when he kind of like falls here, there's more that you can do with the posing, right? Because it will be much more fun if, as he's falling, that he basically kind of like has more of this pose, so it looks much more controlled as he is falling. And then basically he goes like this and then hits his bum on the bonnet first, and then goes flat after a while, and then rotates as well. But I think you need a little bit more time. Like I think having a little bit more of a strong shape when he actually goes into like this pose would be nice. So like the way I like to see this kind of shots is that you have a really strong pose here. This looks really awesome. This looks very, very strong, right? Really nice. I like where you're going with this. Really cool. But then when you actually go into the pirouette, like right here is really nice. This all clear, really nice. But I think you have to go from close to pop, right? So like almost like getting this a little bit closer. So getting the whole thing a little bit closer with his head like this, and the legs slightly more closed like that, right? And then going from that close to pop, right? So you guys actually can open the body right here. So maybe get these legs a little bit like more open as you go through. So you pop open, and then around here, instead of actually having him on this pose here, having him a little flatter, right? Having him a little bit more like bum first. So either flat or flat with his bum like this, and then basically have him just chilling with this. I like how he's crossing his arms. It's almost like he's anticipating that fall, but I think that having his bum first will actually be so much more comfortable, and then he just can go from having this pose like this to basically be flat as you have him here, right? I think when you fall as well, I think you probably need to do some more with the legs. Legs are very difficult to keep completely stiff, especially when you actually do a big fall. The legs have a tendency to kind of like bounce quite a bit, mainly because the hinge of the legs is over here. So it's very difficult for you to keep it so stiff. Even if you keep the legs stiff, they still need to have a little bit of that little bounce. So basically having a little bit of more of this thing. And I think it will add to the comedic feel of having like him going bum and then straight, and the legs going like this, right? So I think that would help you. And like maybe like wait just a bit right here when he falls, so the viewer can be like, damn, that was a hard fall. And then as soon as the viewer goes, that was a hard fall, he goes point, right? I'm good. So that way you almost have like a story that you have told in your shot, almost like that was a big jump. Did he mean that? Didn't he mean that? Has he done that before? Was that a mistake? You know how in the circus, when you go to a circus, sometimes there's a moment that you go, and then, it was intended, right? So I feel like having a little bit of that feeling of like, pop, and then it's like, everything's okay. It's almost like, okay, so that's the moment, the reveal, right? As they say. So that's really, really cool. But I do like how he's actually turning. I like how you're putting the leg up as he's turning. Adds a little bit of a flair to it, which is really nice. I do think that here, like you have the hand, like this hand here and this hand kind of like breaking, which is cool. I like it, and it has like a nice line of action, right? But if you follow that finger, like this finger here, the line of action is a little bit all over the place. So I think you can actually keep that finger, like the line of action can be a little bit stronger as you kind of go in here. So you have more of that vibe when you get that finger in, and keep the finger like this, and then only in the last minute you kind of like get it straight, right? This way. So it's nice. And then he bounces back. So I like that bounce on the finger, is really cool. Something else to consider is when you turn around right here, right? This leg can be straight, no problem, that works well. But maybe this leg can actually be the last thing that hits. So you have the finger and then the leg. I'm a big fan of hip hop. I like De La Soul. You know that thing, where that song when they go 3 is the magic number. When you have like pump, 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 that thing works. That cadence of having 1, 2, 3 actually really, really works. And I think you have kind of that, but you don't have the 3. So you have the body hitting, you have the hand hitting, and I think right at the last minute, having this leg kind of just going from here to then here, almost like planting at the end after the finger hits, or maybe before, you have to play with it. I think it will actually give you that like 1, 2, 3, and then that will actually work out really well for your animation to be finished. Because I feel like the finger is nice, and that's basically the main meaning of it. I'm good, but I think that you kind of need that leg or something happening over here as well to make sure that you sell that action, that full body action, right? Also, just little details. This hand here, and I'm pretty sure you're still working on the polish side because you haven't really done any overlap, but maybe you ever thought about this, but this hand and this head kind of need to actually work really well whenever he actually holds it, right? So if this is the holding and then the head is here, you really feel it needs to feel very much like he just goes, like he really grabs his hand, and there's a connection there between the two, especially with this helmet. He has like a really nice helmet with like, you know, looks heavy. It looks metallic. So having that hand to really grab the helmet and just go, that will probably give you much more of that physical feeling that you're looking for. Also, like maybe play with antennas as well. Get the antennas to maybe like be like straight for the moment, and then like right at the last minute just go down. Having things go from here to here makes animals and things look vulnerable. So maybe having those antennas to kind of like look kind of straight, and then right at the last minute go down, I think will actually bode well for your animation. Would look really cool. And then like little details of like maybe getting this foot to kind of like wiggle right at the end, right? So maybe having the foot to overlap with the leg. So this is the leg here, and then as you're moving forward, the foot perhaps is like this. So yeah, then the foot just kind of like goes like that at the end, and it wiggles towards the end as well. So that actually will allow you to have a little bit more of an overlap toward, like, you know, from here to then here and to then top of the foot. But yeah, I think really cool animation. Love the vibe, love the inspiration, love the rig. The rig looks super interesting. Kind of wish that we can actually kind of like make this jacket a little bit more like clothy, if that's a word, because he kind of looks weird. The fact that the jacket is not really, you know, straight. He should have been straight, even though his body is like twisted. But that is just like a small pet peeve of mine. That's it. Awesome work, man. Really cool. Really glad to see you sharing your animation, because I think no matter how experienced one person is, no matter how much animation you have done, I think that is always really good to actually get feedback from others, especially young animators that come into the industry, especially people that perhaps like myself like to look at animations and be like, here's my feedback, because I think it keeps you on your toes. You know, make sure that you actually never kind of like take for granted that you are as best as you can possibly be, because in animation you never stop learning. And I know you know that because we talked about this before. So once again, thanks a lot for submitting this. And once again, if you like your shot reviewed like I did here, then definitely submit your shot to the feedback channel. Love to actually see more work from all animators across the globe as we actually build this community. And that's all I had for you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And until the next one, stay well, stay safe. Peace.